today we brought to you the AR-15s. These are not your typical run-of-the-mill AR-15s. These are Colts. They're Colt M4s. This is a Colt M4A1. This is a Colt M4. So this is like the civilian one. This is the military one. Military one. Again, we are FFL SOT, so this is legal for us to own. This is an M4. This is the M4 before Colt started changing them to something else now.
Well, they were still good.
Yeah, well, they're still good. I don't know what Colt has changed the numbers to, but the M4 is no longer known as the M4, it's known as something else. So this is before they made that change. Then you have your standard AR-15s, which are made by everybody. God, everyone makes an AR-15.
Got to.
Yeah, I mean...
Most popular gun in the country.
Yeah. Palmetto State, ARs. Fucking Diamondback. Everyone makes an AR. Your AR isn't lesser than these, per se. Kind of are.
They are.
Yeah, they are.
This is pretty high end for the time, especially when they came out.
Oh, yeah.
I'd put them out there pretty well. They're just one of the better models, go up there with any events and stuff like that.
Yep.
At similar price points, too.
Yeah. The Colt M4, I believe, when they came out to the civilian market, they were in the $800 range because they were competing. Like DPMS, the Panthers. And then they kind of started getting a following. Everyone knows their reliability and everything else. And the military picked up the contract, so there you go. They went up higher.
I saw a Colt in the store the other day, $1,500.
There you go. What I sell in my shop, the M4s, they go for $1,400 to $1,600, depending on the furniture and stuff like that. So yeah, they're up there, like pricing wise. They get expensive.
If you've got the money, they're worth it. They're
Oh,
really,
God, yeah.
really good.
Oh yeah. So
you're gonna see.
Price point probably 14-ish on the top one. This one is restricted to civilian use. You can't buy that as a civilian. You have to be law enforcement, military, or have an FFL SOT to buy one of these. And the price point walking in on that is, I think, $3,600 just to get those, which is ridiculous, honestly, because there's really no significant difference between these two. It's just this one is more Colty. And I think also the twist rate's different. I think twist rate's 1 in 7 or 1 in 8.
I think this one's a 7.
So then this would be a 6. Something like that. There's something to do with the difference in the barrel and in the bolt. Yeah. That's it. Jesus Christ, there's not much difference. They still shoot the same. You still shoot an M4. And yeah, so Board IT is going to go over his, which is the top one, and give you a little bit of details.
So, on here we got some of the fake carbon fiber furniture. Mike knows why I'm looking at him. It is actually Magpul furniture, so we do have a Magpul pistol grip, or front foregrip, full Magpul rail, and the extendable slide. It is a 2-stage. It's really comfortable on there, and it is a great design, even though it's not real carbon fiber. It looks really nice. It's a really cool aesthetic. Of course, you got the flip-up Magpul sights on it. All you need is the rear, because we have the front triangle post. So you can still aim out of it. You can still see out of my red dot up here, I am running a Vortex red dot on a riser. Haven't had this gun super long, but this is my main AR. This is the one I'm going to do the most work on and try and upgrade over time. And really, so far, I'm loving this thing. I'm several hundred rounds into it, and I've had 0 issues with it. I haven't even had to do a full clean yet. I've just put some oil on and everything. I had 0 issues, no jams, no dead triggers. Like you guys have seen that on other videos and guns that we reviewed. Had 0 issues out of this. Runs flawlessly. Trigger reset is amazing. The only real change I need to make is I want to put an ambidextrous charging handle on it. That's the only real change that I need to make moving forward. And then it's minor things like a light. I want to put a better optic, but just out the box when I bought this thing, runs phenomenally.
As you get with the Colt. So this almost exactly the way I had it set up when I was doing contracts and shit like that. Surefire X300 on this side. I normally have a PEC 15. However, I'm letting a friend borrow that right now so I can go coyote hunting. Because it needs IR. PEC 15 usually goes here. I think that's called a AN Patel 15 civilian market one. They're still just as good. They just don't shoot the IR up to like 1.5 miles. I have a stick grip right here. And I mean, Jesus, this is, if you were operating in 2008, hello, this is your setup. EOTech, old school EOTech, so with the long snoot instead of like the cool ones. But I'm more of a purist, and I want to keep this one as close to original as possible from what I used to shoot. It has a soap mod stock on it, and it also has the compartments on it to where you can keep, you know, M&Ms, extra bullets, whatever you want in there, fire starter, your American flag, like a mini one. That way, whenever you conquer a South American country, you can raise that over their buildings. Has the factory stock Colt charge and handle. This one has the full auto BCG. So, you know, it's full auto. This one isn't particularly ready for full auto. Some issues with that.
The government neutered it.
Yeah, government neutered it. But cool thing is you can actually see the old numbers still on it right here. And on this side, the numbers are there. But yeah, this I painted it because Colts do get a little bit of rust if you leave them sitting in a high humidity environment. But if you go ahead and paint them, they stay cool as fuck for the rest of your life. And with time, you can see that this gun is heavily used, especially right here where you do the trigger. And yeah, the only thing I've really done to this is I put a QD slot right here so I can carry a what is it? A 3-point sling, which I don't have here right now. And yeah, other than that, dude, this thing is just a workhorse. That's all it does is work, and that's all it likes to do. And it likes to shoot coyotes a lot. But yeah, no, this thing, I mean, I've had it for years. It's awesome. I have changed the barrel out once. So I think before I changed the barrel out, I was at 13,000 rounds. And the barrel was like, time for me to check out, buddy. And so I've swapped the barrel since then. I have about 8,000 rounds on this new barrel. And I have another barrel in the house that I will be switching to at 10,000 rounds. So I don't have an issue like I did last time. So the upper and the lower, they've seen over 20,000 rounds between each other. And I mean, it's still just going. Only thing you gotta do is change out the barrels after you burn them down for so long, which is a real thing. I was also running fully automatic at that time too, which is pretty easy to do. Yeah. So other than that, it's got a Magpul pistol grip. I don't know who the hell made that stick grip on the front. I don't know who made that. I just got one out of the armory and threw it on there. This is BCG or BCM stock. They call it a certain thing, but it's a soap mod stock. And the only reason I have it is so I can carry extra batteries in there for the EOTech, or if I'm running night vision, carry an extra set of batteries for NVGs. And yeah, that's pretty much about it. I also keep cleaning materials inside of the handle, like the string one, just clean out, and some oil, which you might need
Probably do.
for your Ruger.
Definitely.
For the Ruger, definitely.
It's a little dry.
Yeah. But yeah, between these two guns, man, I mean, these have fought in all the recent wars. They have more bodies than there are people in South America. And great guns. And you can overthrow any government you want with these things.
Highly recommended. 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
War proven, war tested.
Oh yeah. They're being used in Ukraine by the Ukrainians right now against the Russians. So it shows you the vast array of guns out there in the market, and how far they've made it in every single war. God, I love ARs.
I think this best thing about AR is why there's just the favorite in the United States is just the modularity. You can make this and you can set it up any way that you want it to be.
Yep.
There's no two ways about it. Like, you can have this completely different from someone else. You can make a completely unique rifle that no one's ever seen. Because you could take that light, the same light, and you could just put it in a different spot, wherever you want it to be. In the front of the rifle, you want it further back on the barrel, you want it up close towards the barrel, wherever you want. That has the utmost amount of modularity to it.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's what's perfect about it. You can set it up catered towards exactly what you want it to be.
Yeah, and your rifle is your rifle.
Exactly.
So you make it specifically for you.
Everything you want on it.
Yep. And as you can see, we both have our differences in how we do things. He likes a riser, I don't. I like to keep mine low. And I mean, everyone's going to be different. When you set up your primary battle rifle, it should be how you want it. Because you're going to be the one rocking that damn thing. You're going to be the one shooting it and running from the ops with it. So then you got to do what you got to do.
Right, that's an important thing to remember too, is you don't need to start off day one buying your rifle with all this fancy furniture. Like you can see, I don't have some of this stuff, but it's upgrades I want to make over time. You go get your set of flip-ups, I think the rear sight's like $30.
Yeah.
Right, you buy small things here and there. I bought this optic, it was like $200, $300, something like that. Something like that.
Somewhere there.
Yeah, and then eventually I'm going to replace it out with something else, get a better one. You just kind of upgrade as you go. I'm eventually going to get a flashlight to put on here, but I mean, you can go tape the light on it if you really wanted to. You just upgrade as you go. You get what you can get at the time, and you make it better and better. But what's most important is you just continually train with that rifle.
Yes. Train, train, train. That's all you should do with your gun.
Mm-hmm.
Constantly. And when it comes to AR-15s, like, we're not trying to impress anyone. We're not trying to undermine where you are in
Right.
your AR-15 life. These guns, the triggers, like, I'm running Gillespie Stage 2, maybe a 3 in there, I'm not really sure. But I'm running Gillespie in there. He's running a stock Colt trigger. And those triggers are phenomenal. I just like the Gillespie because of the reset. So, wherever you are in your AR-15 life, or your Colt M4 life, you know, that's where you are. When it comes to stocks and everything else, that's like personal, how you feel it on your shoulder. If you complain about the recoil, please get rid of your AR. For the love of God, go get a Ruger 1022. These things have no recoil. The stock and everything, that's kind of how you want to get your cheek weld. I have this because I also have kind of a beard thing going on, and those, for some reason, I'm not sure why, but I'll nip myself right on the beard and it'll pull the hair out and just aggravates the piss out of me. So I went with these because the cheek weld is just better. I don't get caught up in it. And so whenever I go for a cheek weld, a lot of people will use, like I said, the one on the top, and they'll put their nose right there on the charging handle. I found over the years that is not the way I like to shoot. I like to shoot like a normal rifle, like a hunting caliber rifle or something like that. So I'm a little further back with my cheek weld. And this provides that stability on my face versus something like that where I feel like I'm still having to like kind of get up on it and be a little uncomfortable when I'm shooting. And so it's all the small variations that you get with the different equipment and the modularity of it. I mean, there's so many different things, and you get to try a lot of different things and figure out what's the best for you. Because if you're going to go drop $95 on a stock, it better be a damn good stock.
Yeah. And I mean, the same is true with literally everything on this, from the pistol grip, the foregrips, whatever kind you want. You want a vertical grip, a horizontal, whatever you want to get.
Yeah.
Everything's the same modularity that you can put on whatever you want, and you can try it out. You can get this because your buddy recommended it to you, because Mike recommended it to you. You don't like it, you go sell it and buy another one.
Yeah.
That's it. Even if you can't get a Colt, it doesn't matter. Me and Mike are just a fan of Colts, but whatever kind of AR you have, that's fine, right? You work on that and you build on it from there. You can make it into a really great battle rifle, and you just continue to train with it, and then over time, as your situation changes, you can always upgrade at any point.
Yep.
And get a different rifle.
You go to Dana Defense.
Exactly, and that's a really big benefit of AR specifically, is I can go from a Ruger to a Colt to a Daniel Defense, and they're all going to operate very similar.
Oh yeah. Everything's still in the same place.
Right.
It's the minor differences.
So that training carries over.
Yep. Like, oh, this one's been dipped.
Mm-hmm. So we're going to go ahead and take these out to the range and just put a few mags through and show you what they can do.
Yep. Today we're going to be running green tips because America.
Because the bank account's back.
Yeah. And because I have 14,000 rounds of green tips.
Hey, Mike's gonna give me some bread. You gotta sell me some rounds, man. I lost my stash. Shit.
Yeah, also, for just throwing it out there as a PSA, green tips are not armor piercing. Alright? They're not armor piercing. Don't let people fool you online saying they are armor piercing. They're not. They're super penetrator rounds. So I believe they have a steel core.
Depends on them.
Yeah, I mean, like,
It's just the grain weight and they're a little bit
Yeah.
higher load.
they're not armor piercing. You're not gonna go out and stop a tank with it. I was thinking like an engine block, and I'm like, oh no, I'll stop an engine block. I know that for certain.
I think that's the other thing that where some of the disconnect's going to be is people are going to think when we talk about armor piercing, we're talking about like body armor, right? Your green tip's going to do better than your standard like 55 grain 5.56. It's going to do better against it because it's a little bit heavier,
Yep.
it's a little bit hotter of a round. So that's where it gets that connotation of being armor piercing. But when we're talking about like vehicle armor, no shot. It's not what it's made for at all.
No. Laying on cover fire with it, yeah.
Yeah.
So let's get out to the range before it gets too dark and throw some shots at the ops.
Talk about old school electrical tape, dual mags. Before Magpul came out with the dual mag holders. Yeah, I like this though.
It's really comfortable.
You got good grip.
Yeah. I want to move it back like one for me.
All right, let's see if I can get this done. Yeah, this is good response time. The dot stays pretty consistent.
So, as you can see from the videos, the B-roll, and everything else that we did, the shooting, we shot a good bit of rounds today. Still didn't go out and go full R mode, but we went and had some fun. I shot his gun, he shot my gun. We kept our socks on, so you know it's all good. And I mean, his is extremely light compared to mine. Mine's heavy barrel, a whole bunch of other stuff. It's got a lot of equipment. The quad rail's all metal.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
It's noticeable.
it's a little heavier.
It's a lot.
But yeah, no, like I really like his rifle setup.
So the overall girth of Mike's rifle cannot be understated. As you said, it's got the different quad rail up here. It's being all metal, whereas mine is just a polymer. So it makes it a little bit more top heavy. As we've seen with other videos like the M70, makes it harder to walk around with, but it helps with recoil. It doesn't kick up quite as much because it's really heavy up front. But also it's 5.56. It doesn't kick up that much at all. So you're really good to stay on target. You can kind of dump a whole mag and just be right there, not move at all. This is my first experience with the EOTech, and I actually really liked it. That's one of the upgrades I'm thinking about making onto mine. Try to do an EOTech and get a magnifier on there, but I really like the change in the optic because whereas mine is just a traditional dot, EOTech has the ring with the dot in the middle, so you can aim at different sites. So you can aim out further out, being at the top of the circle. You can aim if they're closer, being at the bottom of the circle, and they got different models out there that have multiple dots in there.
Yeah.
Where they got between 1 and 4 dots, so you can aim without changing it at all. Everything from 3 yards to 300 yards, which is That's a
call
big
it
deal.
fixed parallax or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and they're holographic too, which means if this thing gets broken, it still works. If that
Yeah.
screen breaks, it still works. It still displays.
I have seen that in real life too. It's pretty cool.
So it was really fun to use. Mike's rifle, obviously, they're the same platform. So all the training and all the knowledge I have with mine, it all carries over very well. But it's always fun to see someone else's setup and see the things they like over you, so you get different ideas. So you know things that you might want to change out, things you want to try and run on your own rifle, so that you can just continue to get more and more specific for what you want.
Yeah. Go out there and touch your buddy's rifle.
Yeah,
It's okay. Ask permission first though.
if you want to.
Friends let friends touch buddies' rifles.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I mean, shoot, we got 2 videos up where we did 2 each. Mine and his rifle, the same model.
Yeah.
That's 2 videos
So
now.
it's funny as hell.
That is funny. Me and him both have a Colt. Me and him both have a Ruger 1022. Well, the Ruger is a bit more common, but me and him both have a Colt AR.
Yeah. We both have FNs.
We do.
And in conclusion, your rifle is worthless unless you train. So
Yeah.
get out there and train. So here at War Daddies, we bring you the final conclusion and our thoughts, and go out there and buy one. An AR platform.
An AR period.
Yeah, an
Not
AR
necessarily
period.
a Colt, but an AR period.
Yeah, you never know if a foreign country is going to try to come in on us, you know. And we're going to come on their backs with these.
Or if your own government tries to come in.
Yeah. Don't let them do that.
Yeah, don't. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit the bell. Hit the bell.
Hit the bell. Just hit the bell.
Hit the goddamn bell.
We upload like every Friday. We are like consistent.
Listen.
We are more consistent than your stepfather.
I'm trying to quit my job,
Yes.
and that depends on you.
I'm not trying to quit my job.
No.
I love selling guns. But he is,
Yeah,
because we need a full-time editor.
we do. And it's not going to be me.
No.
It kind of though.
But if you like and subscribe and hit the bell thing and comment some cool things,
Deleting comments.
go down there and have fun.
At the very least, we can get more cool guns in here.
Yeah, talks amongst yourselves. you
Yeah.
know? So yeah, if you do that, if you give us stuff like likes, comments, subscriptions, stuff like that, we'll give you more content.
We'll give you happiness. We give you a little bit of dopamine for at least 10 minutes.
Yeah, that little dopamine. That's what you need, bro.
We're going to show you guns that you can't get.
Yep.
That's why we're here.
Yeah. That's why we're here.
Yeah, everyone can get the Ruger 1022, but like, you know, Colts, they're pretty expensive.
Yeah.
When we get into full autos,
Ooh.
that's coming.
Yeah, that's
That's
coming.
what you're probably never going to see. A lot of you will probably never see a full auto.
Nope. But we're gonna do it here.
We're going to get a lot of them.
We're here right now, but we're going up.
We're just gradually scaling, so stay with us.
Yep. Pedal to the metal. All gas, no brakes. Stay strapped or get clapped.
Okay.
Whatever.